we're gonna play a little answer the internet. If you got a minute, I think you did it.
Yeah.
You filmed one of them before, right? So now we're trying to just roll it into more of a podcast conversation. So
y'all just really gave up on it.
Well, it just what's funny? It just doesn't work remotely. I don't know why. But
we're gonna text you some stuff. Just text it back. I don't even think they care.
Yeah, like whatever, man. All right, number one. If you could incept one person, like the movie Inception, and plant an idea into their brain, who would the person be, and what idea would you plant in there?
I just watched Inception.
Did you get it? Did you understand it? I feel like that's a big I don't get it.
I stopped it. Took me 3 days, and I would watch a little bit. I'd stop it and just kind of wrap my head around what's happening.
That's what happens when you get a 17 on your ACTs. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, and this is the third time I've watched. So if I could put someone's, I don't know, man. Put an idea in their head.
Would you go with something for work? Would you go with something home? Would you do, incept your wife to think something? Would you something with the Titans?
Yeah, I would do something. You know what? I would incept the idea to Vanderbilt to actually commit to their sports and give the football team everything that they need.
Bro, good luck.
And their basketball team.
Yeah, good luck.
That's why I would do this.
Yeah.
Put this idea in. And then that person gets fired immediately. I'm like, God, I chose the wrong person.
I love that you're such a big Vanderbilt guy. So when I was in college, I dated a girl who went to Vanderbilt. So I used to go a lot. And it's fucking unbelievable place. I never went to a game, but I had a lot of fun at tailgates.
Yeah, it's the best city in the SEC. And
that's actually accurate. I'll give you that. All right, number 2, you've been put in charge of running Heck. It's the afterlife for people not evil enough for hell. What's the first torture you designed?
If the first torture that is running hell. I feel like I like the idea that they could, could you see, I like, you know what it'd be? It'd be a roller coaster ride that says heaven. And then it's right when you get to the top, it just goes, it goes right back down.
That's terrible. The most evil answer we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
It's a long ride up that goes, you know what, I did it. And then the guy really gets to talk to everybody else. Everybody's going like, we did so good. I want them long enough that they're talking, going like, you know what, we were good. And that's why they're really motivating each other. And one guy in the back's like, I don't even know how I made it.
He's like, this makes more sense.
Mad
this makes more sense.
He goes, this makes more sense. Yeah.
All right. What would your awkward Jeopardy interview story be? They come back from commercial break. They're like, Nate from Nashville, like, tell us your story. And you have one big moment to tell Alex Trebek and the nation. What would your story be? I got a 17 on my ACT. And I'm just like, I shouldn't be. He's like, this makes so much sense. Like after I get no answers right, I think I would want to come back and I go, hey man, I want to explain myself. I shouldn't be on this show. I don't know how I got here. This is embarrassing. I've been trying to give you signals during the show to go get me off this. I was supposed to be on Wheel of Fortune. I took a wrong turn. I ended up on Jeopardy,
took a wrong turn, yeah.
All right. If you could be the patron saint of something, what would it be?
Patron saint?
Yeah.
Like what is the patron saint?
Like Saint Valentine is the patron saint of love.
Yeah. Okay.
So Saint Nate would be.
Saint, I'd be the patron saint of, of parking? I don't know.
Are you a good parker?
I'm an unbelievable parallel parker.
Dude, I don't think I've ever had to do the pull out and you pull back in.
Start over? Yeah.
I've never had to do that. I'm a great parker.
I did in New York. I was touching 2 cars once.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
That feeling,
both bumpers.
When you get in and you're like, I don't think I can get out. I don't know how I got in, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get out of here. There's no better feeling.
You had a car in New York?
My dad, we got a car that when he was about to get rid of an old car, he just let me have it up there for probably 4 months, basically until it was
fell apart.
Yeah.
And then and it was kind of a long car, and I was able to get it in. And I remember I was like, I got to get back for these people are going to be furious. If they say, when I moved to Chicago, I moved there first to start comedy. Me and my buddy, we moved, we're both from, now Nashville. And so we're both like, oh, we go to this big city, like we ain't seen nothing. And we see someone back into a car and leave. And I mean, we're like, this is a hit and run. It's happening. And I mean, we are trying to run down to get the license plate number. I mean, just the pure, after you live in a city, you're like, dude, we are psycho. Can you imagine going to hey, excuse me, you bumped the rear bumper of that other car? And he's like, what? Even that guy would be like, what?
Who cares,
like,
man?
Yeah, this is what it is. You're like, I'm sorry.
All right, last one here. Which reality TV show would you be best on?
I'm trying to think, like, I'm not
I think you'd be terrible at Survivor.
I'm not a Survivor. I can play some games. I just don't know the games.
What does that mean?
I could play some games at Survivor. I've never really watched Survivor. My wife watches it.
I just feel like, when you're stuck out in the wilderness or whatever, I think you'd be, all right, I lose.
I love the mental games of everything, though. I think I would be good because isn't Survivor really big about making people think one thing? And I think I can talk anybody into anything. And really? I think so, like, well, as a comedian, I think I could get you to come with me and really trust me. And I mean, my job is to be like, we're all friends.
Yeah.
My job is, if we hang out and you leave, I see someone after the show, they leave and they're like, we're going to hang out probably forever.
Yeah.
I can give you that in much intensity and be that involved in your thing. And isn't that what Survivor's about? I mean, the game stuff is I'll be fine in the game.
I've never thought of it that way. You're like,
this is kind of disheartening because like I think that when we talk, I'm like, me and Nate would be like,
you're just tricking us.
Well, this is the first time we've met, right?
That's so true, though, man. I remember thinking that when we talked to like Bill and some like the masters of it, we're like, wow, like he was really into that, and you realize it's all material and it's all part of the fucking show. And I was like, oh no.
No, well, you can tell. I'm talking about like when you do like a quick meet. Us,
yeah.
We've been talking to you guys forever, and you guys are kind of with all of us New York comics,
right?
So it's not you, but it's but if you go and do like one-off kind of stuff, or you're doing, it is you're going in, you're putting on a show or an act,
right?
You can really do that, and
you should get into politics. About that. People would vote for you, Nate.
Yeah. I'll run on just everything. I run on Hollywood's a nightmare.
run on David Price is good.
Yeah, I'll run on that. I'll run on telling people not vote or don't vote. Do whatever you want.
It would work.
Who cares? Yeah.